Hello everyone, this is Mahabuba from Dinosaurs and welcome to my YouTube channel Cake Craft by Dinosaurs. Today I am here with another fondant craft video tutorial. My today's theme is dinosaur. The theme is very famous and I found it colorful as well. I had a lot of fun doing all of these characters. Let me see. But before moving on the tutorial, I would like to thank for all those amazing responses I received on my first video tutorial. The theme was farm animal theme. In case if you missed it, I put the link on the description box below. You can see it again. So I hope you will like this video tutorial as well. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. So let's get started.
I'm starting with the orange three-horned dinosaur. This is my favorite one and I really wanted to make this one for a long time, so now I get a chance and I'm so excited. I'm starting with its body part. I took a big orange portion of fondant and I created the body part, and I will be putting this aside. Then I will be moving to create its tail. I am creating its tail and will be attaching it with water. Now moving on to create legs. The legs portion will be small because the dinosaur is on sitting position. I created 2 legs and attaching it with using water. Now I am creating the tummy of the dinosaur and using yellow fondant. I roll yellow fondant and cutting a oval shape same as its tummy and adding details using a ruler, attaching it with water. It will be attached in front of the tummy. Then I am creating the hands. Hands will be longer, adding details using fondant tool and attaching it using water. Moving forward to create the dinosaur head, I took orange fondant and make a circle shape. Then I am pressing on top of it gently to create a frill of the dinosaur, and I created the frill and give it a shape using a fondant cutter. Now I am pressing the front portion of the face gently to create a beak. The beak would be same as a parrot, so I'm trying to make it a shape, give it a shape, and I create a smiley face using fondant cutter, and I'm using a fondant tool to make the beak open and smiley. Trying to give the beak same as parrot. Or a dinosaur or an eagle. So now I'm moving on to create its eyes. I'm using white fondant to using the eye shape, then putting black fondant as eyeball. I'm using a fondant tool to give the frill more detail. So now I'm creating a tongue, pink tongue, using pink fondant and cutting it triangle shape same as the beak, and I am attaching the tongue inside the mouth of the dinosaur using water. tongue will be visible. Now I'm attaching the head with body using a toothpick, gently pressing down to the body, and I'm giving the frill more details look using fondant tool. So now it's done. Now I'm using orange airbrush food coloring to give it a more vibrant and bright effect. I really love to use airbrush, change the color completely. Now when the airbrush color is set, then I'm attaching white horn to it, 3 horns to the face, and now I'm using white gel food color to give details effect on the frill and nails to both of the legs and hands. White gel food color. Now my 3 horns Triceratops is done. Moving on to create blue spiky Stegosaurus, I took lighter shade of blue fondant. I'm trying to create a bird shape for its body. The tail is like bird, and the beak is also same as a bird, some kind of bird. I'm trying to make the beak pointy in front side, so trying to make a pointy beak. I'm cutting the beak using scalpel and giving shape using fondant tool. I put a half cut of styrofoam ball underneath the face and head to hold the shape. Now I'm using a fondant cutter underneath the tail and a heart shape fondant cutter underneath the head and neck. Now I'm attaching leg using water, and I'm putting a little bit of fondant under the body to hold the shape of dinosaur upward. I am attaching all of the 4 legs using water. The front 2 legs would be smaller than the back legs. I attach all of the 4 legs and putting the dinosaur aside. Now I'm moving to create the spike using dark shade of blue fondant. I'm cutting random pieces and I will be attaching the pieces as spike from neck to tail of the Stegosaurus. Smaller to bigger pieces and neck to tail of the Stegosaurus. It's done now. Now I'm adding blue edible food coloring for airbrush. Once the airbrush color is set, I'm adding the eyes using white fondant, putting eyeball using black fondant. I'm adding nails using white fondants this time because the nails are little pointy and sharp, so I didn't use gel food color here. I'm using fondant to make pointy sharp nails, white fondant. So my blue Stegosaurus is done. Moving forward to create T-Rex, I took red fondant and I am trying to create an again bird shape for the T-Rex body, same as the blue Stegosaurus we did, but this time the neck would be longer than the blue Stegosaurus. So I am holding the body upside down like this and I took a semi cut of styrofoam ball, semi-time cut of styrofoam ball, and put the Sterex body upside down like this to hold the shape. Now I am taking yellow fondant for the lower portion of Sterex body. I'm cutting the yellow portion of the T-Rex body, adding details, attaching it using water with the lower portion of the body. The body is upside down. Now moving on to create the leg. I created 2 legs of T-Rex. Now attaching the leg with the body using water. Attach both of the legs using water. Now moving on to create the hands. And T-Rex hands are usually very small, so two tiny little hands of T-Rex. I'm attaching the hands with the body using water. Now I'm creating the head of the T-Rex. T-Rex head shape is little longer, oval shape of head. Giving details using my fingers. Now giving a smiley face using a fondant cutter. Try to make the face wide open using fondant tool. The face would be wide open. I'm using fondant tool and my finger to make the face open. Now I am adding eyes using white fondant. I'm not using airbrush for the T-Rex because the red color is already bright and same as what I wanted. Now I'm taking another bit smaller half cut of styrofoam ball to put the T-Rex body right position, and I already did it. I'm attaching the head with the body using toothpick. I am using white fondant, same as Stegosaurus I did for the T-Rex nail because these are pointy and sharp. And for T-Rex teeth, I am using gel white food coloring. I am using gel white food coloring for T-Rex teeth. So the T-Rex is done. My last creation was Arlo, the good dinosaur movies character. This is the favorite character of the 5-year-old boy for whom I am doing the cake, dinosaur theme cake. I already created Arlo's body and put it upside down on a styrofoam ball, and now I am creating lower portion of the body using lighter shade of green fondant. I am attaching the lower portion of the body using water and added detail. I created 4 legs for Arlo, same as real character Arlo. I am using a stick here for each leg so that I can place the character on top of the cake and it won't move while transportation. I'm placing the legs on a styrofoam dummy and will be putting the body gently to the leg. Now moving forward to create Arlo's head. I created a head and putting a smiley face using fondant cutter. Putting 2 nose hole using fondant tools. Now I am doing airbrush using green food coloring. Some reason my phone stopped recording, so some part of Arlo's creation is missing, so I apologize for this. Now this is the look after airbrush. I'm adding 2 eyes using white fondant, eyeballs using black fondant. So Arlo is done. So these are the 4 dinosaurs I made: 3-horn Triceratops, blue spiky Stegosaurus, T-Rex and Arlo. And here is the completed look of all of my dinosaur characters. You can see Arlo with a volcano on the top, 3-horn and blue spiky on the left, and T-Rex hiding there on the right. And there is a waterfall all the way top to bottom of this huge 3 tiers birthday cake. I absolutely love the cake and all the character I made. And I also did some craft works on sugar cookies and cupcakes with 3D toppers and cake pops with 2D dinosaur toppers. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video as much as I do. If you have any questions regarding the video, please let me know on the comment box below. I shall answer all of your inquiries. Thank you so much for watching.